Have you met a client who has a Jekyll and Hyde personality? Have they threatened to ruin your reputation? Hi, I'm your anonymous narrator from the Freelancer Confessions. This is a new series where our freelancers share anonymous stories about clients or projects from hell that are sometimes funny, other times are out of this world. I heard this story from one of our freelancers who recently worked for a client with a split personality. I've been fortunate in my career as I've mostly met with clients who see us as collaborators. But recently, my team and I worked with a client who is on a totally different wavelength from us. That has resulted in a rather shocking accusation and caused the project to go downhill. Here's how the nightmare begins. After being awarded the project, we met up with the client to present the concept for a video production, which included a project timeline, and we had a plan to expand the scope of the project to a grander scale. The meeting went well with the client, signing off on our presentation and agreeing on a filming date. The second meeting happened over Zoom. We proposed a revised budget for the expanded project scope. The client stressed on the importance of an attention-grabbing introduction for the video and wanted to see the script in advance before the final presentation. We did our research and proposed two options for the client. The script comes with a storyboard. The client picked their preferred option, and we started working on it. The client came back with a style guide and other information for us to work on a fuller script. The client asked for the script again. We were working on it as we only received the tonality and style guide a week before. We made the changes and sent over a drafted full script. However, we need the script to be confirmed so that we can start work. We asked for a status on the script. Unfortunately, the COVID-19 restriction had kicked in, so we need to make changes to the production. We asked if we can do a virtual meeting to the featured interviewees in advance. We didn't hear from the client, so we reminded them again. In the meantime, we continued to prepare for the shoot, as the deadline is looming. The client asked about our engagement plan with the interviews and timeline, which we gladly shared. Client responded asking about our new timeline and that he will check how to connect with the interviewees to set up a meet and ask our availability. Once again, we shared our new proposed timeline and informed our client our schedule is quite flexible. If they permit and give us the contact details, we could follow up with the interviewees separately. Again, we reminded the client to give us feedback on the script so that we could proceed. All seemed well, and we continued to work on the pre-production. Suddenly, our client called us in anger, which caught us by surprise. The accusations came fast and furious. Why are you not taking ownership of this project? Why am I doing your work to coordinate with the interviewees? The script is incomplete. How can we even start filming? We are not going to meet the schedule. And then it gets personal. You had over 10 years in production, but you don't seem to know how to run a video project. Can you even call yourself a producer? I am going to get the word out that you are a scam artist and have you blacklisted from the industry. Our hearts began to sink upon their accusations, which were unfair and unreasonable. We had documented all our correspondence with the client, in which we had tried our best to work on the production, despite the changing deadlines and lack of feedback. We reached out to his bosses directly to see if we could reach a compromise. We documented all our communications and the work done to date. We asked for fair treatment. In the end, the director stepped in to mediate. We agreed to give it another shot. Everyone is entitled to a safe working environment, both physically and mentally. This incident reminds us to keep a communication trail and not to be afraid to protect our freelancers and our own sanity and reputation when it comes to an unreasonable client. This is a true story from one of our freelancers, and details have been changed slightly to protect the privacy of our contributor. Join us next week for a new episode. Subscribe and listen to Freelancer Confessions on Spotify, YouTube, or whatever platforms you listen to podcasts on. This is an original audio production by Creatives at Work.